This electric scooter can hit 25 miles per hour in seconds with a 1,350 watt peak motor, glides over bumps with its advanced front and rear dual-sided dampening arms, stops on a dime with its triple braking system, can ride 47 miles with its automotive-grade lithium batteries, and claims to be better than the Segway ZT3 Pro. Does it hold up to its claim? Stay tuned to find out. This video is a review of the Navee ST3 Pro electric scooter. I'm going to unbox, assemble, go over the controls, display, and Navee app, test the acceleration, max speed, brakes, and hill capabilities, and review the eScooter. The ST3 Pro has a 600 watt or 1,350 watt peak rear hub motor that can hit a max speed of 25 miles per hour or 40 kilometers per hour, thumb throttle, 48 volt, 12.75 amp hour battery with a range of up to 47 miles or 76 kilometers, front drum and rear disc and EABS brakes, 10-inch pneumatic self-healing tires, headlight, taillight, front and rear dampening arms, and weighs 57 pounds or 26 kilograms. Additional specs can be found in the description section below. This is the box that it came in, and I just want to emphasize how beautiful the box looks. A lot of other scooters just come in cardboard boxes, so I'm going to rotate this around so you can see. This is the front, this is the side, this is the back, this is the other side. Here is the top. This is what it looks like on the inside. Let's take the contents out. Here's the charger. There's a plastic protector on the deck, and it shows you how to download the app. There's one for Google Play and iOS, and then there's a QR code for customer service. It came with a charger. There's also a separate bag for the instruction manual. There's a few bolts and an Allen key. Here is the quick start guide. You can pause this at any time to see this in detail. Starting on the top left, we have the assembly. We'll put the kickstand down, and then we'll fold the handlebar stem. After that, we'll install the handlebar by putting 4 screws in. And then it says we need to charge the scooter. The scooter is fully charged when the LED on the battery changes from red to green. When the scooter is turned off for about a month, the battery level will be lower than 30% and it'll enter sleep mode. In this case, the scooter cannot be turned on. To exit sleep mode, you have to charge the scooter for about 3 seconds to activate the battery. On the top left, there's the QR codes for the Navee app. When you turn the scooter on, you'll see the Bluetooth icon flashing, and then you can pair the app. We'll do that in a second. This is to turn on the Apple Find My features. You have to open the Navee app and then enable Find My functions. You have to press the power button to turn the scooter on, and then squeeze the brake lever and simultaneously press the accelerator 3 times to enter the Find My pairing mode. Then you have to open the Find My app on your phone and then look for the scooter. Here's the back. To unpair, turn the scooter on, make sure the scooter is not locked, squeeze the brake lever and simultaneously press the accelerator 5 times. When the display is off, the scooter will be restored to factory settings, and this scooter cannot be searched for by the Find My app. On the bottom it says how to find the serial number. Press the accelerator and squeeze the brake lever 3 times to activate the scooter's serial number search function. The serial number will be displayed in the Find My app. iOS users who have paired their scooters using the Find My app. Here's some legal notices. Down here, it tells you how to change the speed units from miles per hour and kilometers per hour. Press and hold the brake lever and press the power button 7 times to enter the menu interface. Then press the brake lever to navigate through the unit settings page. Press the power button to toggle between miles per hour and kilometers per hour, and press and hold the power button to confirm the settings and exit the setup. On the top left, it says how to change the max speed from 20 miles per hour to 25 kilometers per hour. You have to press and hold the brake lever plus the power button for 7 seconds to enter the menu interface, then press the brake lever to navigate to the max speed settings page. Press the power button to switch between speeds of 20 miles per hour and 0, which is up to 25 miles per hour, and then press and hold the power button to confirm the settings and exit the setup. Number 6, starting and accelerating and decelerating and braking. Please wear a helmet. wrist pads, knee pads, elbow pads, and other protective gear at all times. It says to step on the deck, kick off slowly, and then you can use the accelerator. The motor will not start until the speed reaches 5 kilometers per hour. To slow down, release the accelerator and press the brake lever, and then when the scooter comes to a stop, put one foot on the ground, and then put the kickstand down when parking the scooter. Here is the full manual. Here's some safety instructions. On the left, we have the parts of the scooter. On the right, it shows how to power it on. This is the dashboard on the bottom right with the different icons. We'll go over that in detail in a second. Here are the specifications, certifications, and warranty card. And then it goes into French. I'm going to slide the handlebar into the stem just so that when I lift it, it's not going to slip. We're going to fold the stem up here and then pull this in so it locks. Right now the lever is locked. We cannot unfold it until we pull this up, and then this can come down, and then this comes down. Hidden in the handlebar is a latch that hooks on right here, where you can carry the entire scooter. The package came with 5 screws. We're going to put 4 of them in. I think 1 is a spare. There's 2 in the front and 2 in the back, and we'll use our Allen key to tighten them. The charging port is right here. It's held on by a magnet, and we'll remove this flap. We'll put this end of the charger in here, and then we'll plug the other end into an outlet. I'm not close by an outlet, so I can't show you, but when you plug this in, this LED will be red, and when it's fully charged, it'll turn green. Let's take a look at the handlebar starting on the left side. We have the signal right here. We have the actual switches for the turn signals here. There's left and right. This is the bell. We have the front brake lever, the display. I'll peel off the sticker in a second once I download the app. We have the rear brake lever, the thumb throttle, the power button, and we also have the other turn signal light. I'm going to pull up my camera app and scan the QR code here. Let's download the app. Open the app. Let's log in. I thought I had an account, but I had to register for a new one. So let's peel this sticker off. Now that we have the app open, we're going to turn this on by pressing and holding the power button. This Bluetooth icon is lit, so let's link device, agree. So now we are linked. There's a riding guide. I'm going to skip it. So let's take a look at the app. Starting from the top, it has the remaining miles. There's 30 miles remaining at 64% battery. We can learn more. There's a product manual, riding guide, user agreement, scooter information. Here's the serial number, battery information. Check for firmware updates. Let's update the firmware. It says the update was successful. We can slide this to lock, slide it to unlock. There's a driving record. I have no data. Cruise control. I'm going to enable it. So it says if you hold the accelerator for the same position for 5 seconds, the scooter will make a beep. Then you can release the accelerator and the scooter will begin cruise control. Energy recovery. By default, it's at low. There's medium and high. I think this is when you let go of the accelerator, the motor will slow itself down. So I figure low would have the least resistance, high would have the highest resistance, but it'll charge the battery more. I can turn the tail light on, tail light off, auto sensing light. By default, if you press the turn signal, there's a beep. If you turn this off, there's no sound. I'll keep it off because the sound is a bit annoying. Here's the units. I'm going to keep it in miles per hour, but you can change it to kilometers per hour. You don't need to use the app to do this. I'll show you how to change the units manually in a second. Then there's lab functions, vehicle ambient light. We can turn that on. If I turn the headlight on, I can see that the board is changing colors. There's always on, breathing, running water, and runaway. Let's take a look at the different ambient light settings. You need to have the headlight on. So this one, the animation is always on. We can change it from red, green, blue, or purple. And then we can do breathing, red, and you can see that it's getting darker and brighter, green, blue, and purple, or a rainbow. So it cycles through the different colors. We can do running water, red, green, blue, or purple, or the rainbow colors. And then we can do runway, which goes through different colors. Looks like there's yellow that I haven't seen earlier, but the other colors are the same. I'm gonna keep it on breathing because I think it looks the coolest, and I'll keep it green. Let me see if it saves. I'm gonna turn the headlight off, and then turning it back on, it seemed to have saved the color and setting. There's a S gear accelerator adjustment, eco mode, and turbo mode. I just like the sound of turbo, so I'm going to turn it on. In this mode, the starting acceleration is faster. Please ensure your safety. That's fine. Bluetooth lock. There's settings for Bluetooth proximity unlock. Please set a password unlock before using the Bluetooth proximity unlock features. I assume that if it's locked and your phone's within range, it will unlock the scooter. There's also a vehicle password unlock. And then you have to set up a password, but I'll keep it off for now. There's TCS anti-slip, it's on by default, and then you can enable your Find My right here. So I'll enable that. To use Find My to find your scooter, please delete the Bluetooth pairing between your scooter and your mobile phone. And we saw that the Bluetooth icon disappeared. Press and hold the brake lever and press the throttle 3 times to enable it. So I heard a beep. Let's go to the Find My app. Other supported items. I see a Navee electric scooter. Let's connect it. Let's type Navee. Continue. Emoji. I'm going to put scooter. If I press this play sound button, I can hear the speaker going off here. You can bring up the map to show you the directions to your scooter. You can share the item with someone else. Notify when left behind. This is the app. You can rename it or remove the item. It looks like the Bluetooth connection still works. You just had to disconnect at the initial time to pair the devices, and that's pretty much it. Looking at the display, we have the mode. It's in the pedestrian walk mode right now. This is the current speed in miles per hour. This is our battery level, and then this is the traction control on. To turn on the light, you press the power button once, and it is somewhat adjustable. If we turn the headlight on, the tail light also turns on, and if you press the brake lever, it gets brighter. If we had the headlight off, when you press the brake pedal, this turns on. Press it again to turn it off. Press the power button twice to change the different modes. There's the D mode, and then the S mode, and then it goes back to the pedestrian mode. And I cannot use the throttle right now. I need to kick off going at least 5 kilometers per hour, and then I can press this down, and I'll demonstrate that during the test ride. In order to change the units, we need to go to the settings mode. So to do that, we have to press and hold the brake lever and power button for 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we see MPH. We can press the power button to go to kilometers per hour or go back to miles per hour, and then you can press and hold this to go back to the main screen. But to go to the next setting, which is the max speed or speed limit, we press the brake lever. It shows 32, and this is the max speed of 20 miles per hour. If we press the power button, it goes to 0. This changes it to the max speed of 25 miles per hour. So that's what I want. And if we press the brake lever again, it just goes back to the speed unit or the max speed. So to get out of this, you press and hold the power button, and then it resets the device, and here we are again. I'll show you the turn signals. This is the left signal, this is the right signal. I noticed that with the turn signal on, this reflector does not light up. It would have been nice if this lit up as well. And you press it again to turn it off. And then to turn the unit off, press and hold the power button. I'm going to test the acceleration max speeds in each of the gears. There's the pedestrian, D, and S mode. I'm also going to turn the turbo on and off through the app to compare the differences. I don't know if you can see this, there is a bit of glare, but I'm on the pedestrian walk mode. In order to go, we need to kick off and go more than 5 kilometers per hour. You can't just push the thumb throttle. So let's do that. And it's holding the speed of 3 to 4 miles per hour. And that's the max speed that we're gonna get. Let's go to the D mode. We'll press the power button twice. Now we're in the D mode. We still have to kick off. And we're getting 12 miles per hour, and the cruise control kicked in because we held the throttle steadily for 5 seconds. Just for comparison purposes, let's go to the S mode or sport mode. Let's try Eco, and it's supposed to accelerate slower, but let's compare the differences. We're in S mode with the Eco turned on. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25 miles per hour. It's pretty quick. Let's try it on turbo mode. Let's see how much faster it is to kick off. 17, 19, 20, 22, 24, 25. I'll put the times on the screen to see how much faster it actually was. Let's test the hill capabilities. This is a semi-incline. It's probably about 8% grade. And we're hitting 21 miles per hour. And the wind is also blowing towards us, which might be slowing us down. But we're not getting the 25 miles per hour. Now that I'm ducking, we're getting 22 miles per hour, which seems to help. Here's another steep hill. It's about 12% grade, and it gets even steeper as we're climbing. You might not be able to see the screen, but I'll just read it out loud. It's 16 miles per hour, 17, 18. We're holding 18. Climbing, it's going to 17, going to 19. Now we're at 23, 24. All right, let's make a left turn where the hill is even steeper. We're at 18 miles per hour. Now it's getting steep. We're at 13, 12, 12, 11, 12. And this is a pretty steep hill. 13, 14, 17, 18. We're gonna test the brakes. We're gonna hit the max speed and then slam on the brakes to see how soon it can stop. We're at 25 miles per hour. At this first set of cones. This is about 22 feet, and out of the box the brakes feel a little loose, so I'm going to adjust them and try it again. Just to show you guys, there is an adjustment screw here, and out of the box it wasn't grabbing until around here, so all of this was a lot of play. So I'm just turning it clockwise to tighten it, and it's biting a lot sooner. I don't want to tighten it too much or it'll rub. Same thing back here, we're going to turn this counterclockwise. It's not biting until pretty much right at the end. You can also take an Allen key, break this bolt, move it up, get rid of some of the slack, and then tighten this bolt back, and it should bite sooner. That's a lot better. Let's try this again. 25 at this first cone. And the braking improved significantly. That's about 13 feet. We went from around 22 feet to about 13 feet. Let's go back down the hill, test the brakes. We're able to stop. Rolling down. Coming to a stop sign. We're able to stop. The brakes work well. .25 miles per hour. And it's just holding the speed steadily. In terms of suspension, we have a front and rear damping arm. It's cool because it absorbs a lot of impact over bumps. From what I can see, there's no adjustment to the dampening. Let's go over some train tracks. And to take some of these, there's some more bumps on the road, and it's pretty smooth. Moving on to the review of the Navee ST3 Pro, what I like most about this electric scooter is how comfortable it is. There's front and rear dampening arms, and each arm has 2 independent links. It doesn't have any issues tackling rough terrain or bumps in the road. I also like the lighting system. It's nice that there's turn signals for the left and right side, and you're able to disable the beep through the app in case you find that annoying. There's also a headlight and tail light. Also, when you turn the lighting on, there's this lighting strip on the side of the board. I just have the lights set to breathing green, but you can change it to different patterns and different colors. The motor is also very powerful. I was able to get to 0 to 25 in 6 seconds. This one has a 600 watt rear hub motor that has a peak output of 1,350 watts. It also takes steep hills. On steeper hills, it still climbed them, but the speed did decrease a little bit. It has a triple braking system. The first is the enclosed drum brake on the front. There's also a disc brake in the rear, and then there's also an electric ABS in the motor in the rear as well. There is regenerative braking. In the app, you can set it from low, medium, or high. I like to keep it at low just so that the scooter coasts more, but if I set it to higher, it might charge the battery more. And speaking of the battery, it has automotive grade 18650 lithium batteries, and it can go up to 46.6 miles. Another nice thing about this scooter is that it has built-in Find My features. So if you have an iPhone, you can pair this with your phone, and then you can see where the scooter is at all times. You can also press the speaker button on your Find My app and the scooter will start beeping, so you can audibly hear where the scooter is. An observation I had is that when you start, you do have to kick off. You have to go more than 3 miles per hour before hitting the thumb throttle. And because the scooter has a bit of torque, sometimes I found myself popping wheelies when pushing forward and pushing the thumb throttle. They do advertise this as a direct competitor to the Segway ninebot ZT3 Pro. I haven't tested the other scooter, but on paper, this is 7 pounds lighter. The other one can climb 24% grades. This one can climb 28, and then it also gets 3 miles more. There's also a less expensive, less powerful version of this. It's the Navee ST3, and I'll put the specs on the screen right now, just for comparison. The ST3 Pro costs $200 more. The ST3 Pro has a 600 watt motor compared to 500 watts on the ST3. The peak power on the ST3 Pro is 1,350 watts, whereas the ST3 Pro has 1,000 watts. This can climb 28% grades, whereas the other one can climb 24. The battery on this is 12.75 amp hours, and you can get 46.6 miles, whereas the other one has a 10.2 amp hour battery with 37 miles. And then this one also has ambient lights. If you guys are on the market for a high build quality, quick, comfortable scooter, I suggest that you check out the Navee ST3 or the ST3 Pro. Links for these products are in the description section below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Feel free to leave questions or comments in the comment section below. Please like this video if you found it helpful. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.